How many times can you give a candidate a pass who screws up? Stick with me, please. How many times can you give a candidate a pass who jumbles his words, who looks like a deer in the headlights, who gets brain spasms? How many times will the American people tolerate that? Well, apparently a lot. A lot. Like, listen to this.
Everybody knows that it makes no sense that you send a kid to the emergency room for a treatable illness like asthma. They end up taking up a hospital bed. It costs you gave them treatment early, and they got some treatment and a breathalyzer or an inhalator, not a breathalyzer.
I hate when that happens. I really do. And all the press coverage I got, remember? Oh, you don't? I don't either. Or what about this one?
Well, it costs too much money. But you know what? It would cost about the same as what we would spend over the course of 10 years. It would cost what it would cost us.
Oh my goodness. How much now?
All right. Okay. We're going to. It would cost us about the same as it would cost.
Say what?
For about. Hold on one second. I can't hear myself.
No.
But I'm glad you're fired up, though.
Gee. Is that man qualified to be president? Is he even qualified to be on the public stage? Sounds like a moron. But, ladies and gentlemen, what about all of this?
If asking a billionaire to pay the same tax rate as a janitor, it's the idea of Abraham Lincoln when he built the interstate or the Intercontinental Railroad, and she upped her deductible last year to the minimum, the highest possible deductible. But he is running for George Bush's fourth term.
I've now been in 57 states. I think one left to go.
On this Memorial Day, as our nation honors its unbroken line of fallen heroes, and I see many of them in the audience here today.
So let me introduce to you the next president, the next vice president, Joe Biden.
Penn State right here, Nittany Lions. In terms of speaking to former presidents, I've spoken to all of them that are living. Obviously, President Clinton. I didn't want to get into a Nancy Reagan thing about, doing any seances. I've been practicing.
Really?
I bowled a 129.
Oh, no, that's very good. Yeah. Oh, that's very good, Mr. President.
This is like Special Olympics.
There's a lot of, I don't know what the term is in Austrian, wheeling and dealing.
In addition to John, sorry, I just noticed that I jumped the gun here. Go ahead and move it up. I'd already introduced all you guys.
Welcome, de Cinco de Cuatro. Cinco de Mayo at the White House.
The reforms we seek would bring greater competition, choice, savings, and inefficiencies to our healthcare system.
Navy Corpsman Christian Bouchard. And in Creole, Corpsman Bouchard.
With just a few folks at the top doing well, hoping that it's going to trickle down.
Take maybe one question from the Korean press. And I'll probably need a translation, though.
Unfortunately, I hate to disappoint you, President Obama. I'm actually Chinese.
Oh, I got a million of them. I'm just laughing. Now, when Rick Perry had his screw-up last night, I was laughing, too. Now, what about the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden? In Washington circles, this man is held up as brilliant, as experienced. He's held up as a senior statesman. He's an idiot. He's always been an idiot. He was an idiot when he was in law school. He was an idiot when he graduated from law school, and he's an idiot today. Now, how do I know this? Well, let's take a little listen, shall we?
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. In the first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom two-thirds of my class. and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I won the international moot court competition. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only need 123 credits, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's compare my IQ to yours. You ready, Mr. Vice President? Go ahead.
Go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts, unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. And you don't know my state. My state was a slave state. My state is a border state. My state is the 8th largest black population in the country. My state is anything from a northeast liberal state. I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man. Chuck Graham, state senator's here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal. Thank you very, very much. I tell you what, stand up for Chuck. And it happens to be, as Barack says, a 3-letter word. Jobs. Jobs.
By the way, do you know the website?
You know, I'm embarrassed. Do you know the website number? I should have it in front of me, and I don't. I'm actually embarrassed. I refuse to accept the notion that the United States of America is not going to lead the world economically throughout the 20th century. The Taoiseach knows a lot about it. His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive as your dad passed. God bless her soul. I got to get this straight. Well, I say they're going to start to see unemployment grow this spring.
You mean employment?
It's going to take employment. What am I going to tell the president when I tell him his teleprompter is broken? What will he do then? The problem with my gaffes is they're usually true.
Mark Levin.
How many times can you give a candidate a pass who screws up? Stick with me, please. How many times can you give a candidate a pass who jumbles his words, who looks like a deer in the headlights, who gets brain spasms? How many times will the American people tolerate